everybody. Welcome to Wingman's Hangar, episode 85. I'm Eric Wingman Peterson.
What was that again?
Eric Wingman Peterson.
I'm Rob Designopotamus. Irving. And
Are you?
We're not drunk at all.
No, it's way too early for that. Is it? Anyway,
No.
This is a show about the making of Descent Underground. We tell you what we do each week. We give you insights on what's going on with the dev team. We answer your questions. It's everything to do with the game Descent Underground, which is in early access and getting closer and closer to leaving early access and launching.
Closer and closer,
Closer
and closer.
Closer and closer. Here I go. First of all, big thank you to all our backers and people who bought the game. Thank you. Here's some of the list of the new ones, and
Welcome to the show.
especially to some of the undergrounders who get a little extra stuff. They're now testing the training mission. right now.
Bonus stuff.
Bonus and white box maps and all kinds of stuff, and they'll be testing single player pretty soon. So, welcome aboard. Tons more of you are also on Steam, which we don't get any information from those.
No,
people.
black box.
No.
But welcome anyway.
Yeah, what did we do this week? Well, last week we had a production release, and then a hot fix.
We've been kind of pell-mell releasing stuff all over the
Right.
place. in
What
last
was the
few
hot
days.
fix for? What did we break?
Lots of stuff.
Yeah.
No, wait, what did we break? We broke.
Tyler, what did we break? Throw a Pixley at it. What did we break, Pixley?
I don't actually remember anymore.
Okay.
We've all blocked it out. It was so painful.
We had to do a hot fix to fix some of the things that we broke.
24 hours.
24 hours. We also have some small loader bot concept art that we did this week. We're working on the loader bots. These are the bots that you're going to be playing in the single player version of the game. Mining, Valor has got a new revised mining. No longer is it going to be millions of tiny bricks to get to the mega. Thanks, Rob.
Hey, man, whose idea was that?
Don't know.
Your idea.
Way to make a contribution to the Valor map.
Your idea.
No, not yeah, true maybe. Also, the small hunter bot is hooked up, so we're flying that around in the missions right now in single player. So that's
Coming soon to a mission near
we've
you.
got lots of stuff, and don't forget the turrets have just come into the game. Are going to make single player really interesting. You can imagine going into a room and you have turrets placed around the walls, similar to like attacking an aircraft carrier in World War II. All those guns everywhere. So it's going to be a fun single player experience.
Really love turrets.
Yeah, I do love turrets. I think it's made a big change to the game. Well, heck, forget talking so much about it here. Let's take a look at what else has been going on this week's Studio Snap.
Louhikarme. Laser upgrade. Energy. Thrust cannon.
Oh, always cool to see that. And sometimes we don't see some of that stuff because it's recorded the night before the show we shoot, and then Kaji and Lou are in Finland and Germany, so we don't see a lot of the art until the next day, unless it's on Trello, which is our art place, our art suppository. It's our art suppository. Or depository, or wherever we keep
Repository?
our repository, some pository.
Suppository, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a suppository.
Suppository.
Anyway, what else do we do this week? Well, training mission, we polished it. And right now the training mission is in the proving grounds for the undergrounders to test. I apologize profusely for the horrible voice acting. Recruit!
Spectacular.
So realize we will be replacing that. So if you want to put that in your feedback, please, by all means. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I know it's bad.
The don't suck rule has been
right.
violated.
Scrambler and Sentinel Orb are hooked up.
For the most part.
Well, I talked to Tyler on the way into here today, and Sentinel Orb's in and working.
Yes.
Woohoo!
The Scrambler
pretty cool.
is sort of a follow-on to that because
It is. It's going to scramble your radar,
that, yeah.
which is pretty cool. So all these things that we're putting in there. And auto leveling is in now.
Throw a Pixley at that too.
We did. The auto leveling is cool because for mouse and keyboard players out there, you don't have to worry about the Q and the E pitch and roll anymore. It's really nice. Or sorry,
Good for gamepad too.
yeah. Well, it is. It actually is. And Tyler, we're going to be talking about that today in today's Underground meeting. Which, yeah, we're going to be talking about that because he's got some ideas of how to reconfigure the joystick, and I think it's pretty good. We have an Underground meeting, which is coming up here in a minute. You'll show a little bit of that. Take a look at that. This is
Now retroactively
Right.
yesterday.
right. This is what we do. We people that are in the underground. Just a second. I got to get the mind caught up with the
Please
rest of
hold.
Yeah. People that are in the underground get to participate in design meetings with us and give us their feedback and thoughts and help us basically design the game. That's what it's there for. So that's really, really cool. Fun stuff. And Proving Grounds, which is where they are, have Build 2898, which came out yesterday, or Wednesday. So that's something you guys are in there testing with the crappy voice acting and training grounds. Let's have some more coffee.
No official sponsorship implied.
Nope. Well, why don't we take a look at this week's Studio Snapshot? Or not even
No,
Studio
let's not do
Snapshot.
that.
Because, wait a minute. We'll get there. Just got to get enough caffeine in the system and to get the blood alcohol caffeine level, BAC, up to the right level. Let's take a look at this week's Steam Review of the Week. All right, this is the Steam Review of the Week from ChrisseZu. Yes! Descent is back. There are 9 ships with a variety of roles for multiplayer, and it feels quite well yet. The multiplayer maps Rama, Coliseum, and BAM. To play them is so much fun. Co-op survival mode for up to 4 players is fantastic. I hope there will be more maps. There will be. The developer team is very small, but they do a really good job. I watch Wingman's Hangar every Friday on Twitch or YouTube. Very funny and interesting. Well, that's okay. Glad you like it. The game isn't finished yet, but it's getting better and better. Reading some reviews here, I get the feeling many do not know what early access means. No. A must for every Descent fan. I highly recommend it. Thank you very much, ChrisseZu, for you are this week's Steam Review of the Week. That's a cool review.
That was a very cool review.
Somebody who clearly gets what early access is all about.
Well, we've made some pretty big strides in the last few months. So.
We have. We're Strider. Lord of the Rings reference.
I know that. Yeah, more coffee.
You know what time it is?
It's time for forum feedback.
Welcome to Forum Feedback.
Welcome to what? To what? What is
Do you
this?
really want me to do the voice? Mike does
Oh,
it so
man,
much
this is
better.
great. Forum feedback, baby.
That wasn't as good.
Way better.
Leave it to the Morlan.
There can be only one.
All
Rob,
right.
you need to lower your camera. We're getting like egghead only. Rob, lower your camera. There you go.
It keeps slipping. I had to mess with my modem yesterday because it decided the internet should just be rebooted right away, please.
We should just stick the head from the trailer thing right in the background there. The old
Yeah.
Kickstarter.
Todd?
Yeah.
Todd, man.
Just right behind Rob.
Oh, I still want that T-shirt.
That
was
reminds me. Yeah, we should get that going.
6
All
degrees
right.
blossom.
All
That
right.
sounded so good in my head, man. It just sounded so bad in reality.
And a year and a half later, you're still feeling the repercussions.
Oh, it was bad. Well, we didn't have to air it, but we figured, what the hell? Let's show all the warts and all, right?
Oh yeah. Speaking of warts, we've got a whole bunch of questions. Not all of them involving warts, but
I
well
don't
done.
understand this segue either.
That's that's a
Who writes this stuff?
all right. All right. To our questions from Charlie Brownaw, Brown AU, Brown. Anyway,
From Australia.
Charlie Brownow?
Run out.
Yeah, Brownow. All right. From Charlie Brownow, could we get an unranked LAN mode, like 8 humans versus a AI team in the game client or on standalone servers? He wants to run it at home.
Yeah, that is the plan, but it's not like imminent. That's something we're planning to do after release. You know,
Yeah,
with the
there-
mod tools.
There are two technical things that need to be overcome as far as that's concerned. One is we would need to build a client to allow you to configure your dedicated server without having
Server.
to like
Server
dig
client.
through, without having to dig through config files and do stuff. It's just like giving you an interface to do your settings. The second bit is that we don't yet have AI players that are meant to simulate human players, that are scored like humans, that are treated like humans, that respawn like humans. All this stuff is stuff that is yet to be implemented.
Pending.
Plus, there's all the legal stuff we have to deal with to distribute. So
Mhm.
there's that too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but it is absolutely planned that we want you people to be able
Yes.
to have their own servers. I mean,
Absolutely.
eventually, we would like the community to be so large that we can shrink our number of servers because those are cost outlay. So, if you can look at something like Bad Company or Battlefield or something like that, where they let users host their servers, that's kind of the model we would like to.
Yeah. Well, and it's worth noting that, I mean, the AI, the player AI is something that we want to have for the single player, so that there can be missions where you have like a wingman or something, that behaves like a human.
A what? You have a what?
A wingman.
Wingman, wingman, wing noob, perhaps.
Note to self: teach the AI to team kill.
Do not let the wingman pick up the mega missile.
All righty.
Nice.
Moving on, from DEFCON X, one of our undergrounders. Do hitboxes shrink to hull size after the shield is gone?
No,
No.
exactly the same size.
The hitboxes are never whole size.
If we shrunk them to whole size, it would be really hard to hit. I think that'd probably be a negative for our gameplay.
Our hitboxes are very robust.
Hmm.
Somebody stuck a hose in the back of my. It inflated
Right.
them.
Yeah, that person was me.
Alrighty. So another question from Stormpruder, one of our undergrounders. How many shots of espresso do Wingman and Designopotamus have in their coffee during Wingman's hangar?
Not enough. There just aren't enough shots of espresso in the world to get us through that.
2.
You only have 2? I always have 3.
You have 3. I got 2 shots of espresso in mine.
If that's my first coffee.
Oof, that is my first coffee. Although there's only one in this coffee right here.
Whoa, I'm drinking tea. I don't even know what to tell you.
So if you ever drive by a Starbucks in the Austin area and they say, "We are out of coffee," now you know why.
I have a friend of mine who drinks 5 or 6 a day, and I'm like,
Wow.
I know.
I used to do that.
Really?
Yeah. But
Whoa! First of all, Kai's mic works.
yes.
Thought he was the silent partner.
I know.
Yeah. But anyways, like 6 per day is just way too much. Like it has health issues. So
Yeah, we're too old for that now.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's true. Yeah, I
So-
used to do 3 or 4 normal cups of coffee a day. Like
Really?
large ones.
Normal.
Yeah, normal. But I don't mean not
coffee.
espresso, like drip
Yeah.
brew, but
He'd go down and get the big gulp coffee.
But only 3 of those.
I actually used to have.
coffee.
Yeah, I used to actually have a mug like this that I would carry around that was just full of water and had a big straw and everything. It's crazy.
There you go.
Yeah, I worked in a very dry building.
Okay.
All right. So next question from Vaniac. Will classic mode be released before the full game?
Probably not. Classic mode is going to require us to go through and go, all right, let's up the hitbox size to the original mode. Let's only give you one ship. Let's make sure it's the same speed of the weapons. Everything's the same. So that's something we'll do probably post-release.
So it really involves a lot of the support that we would need to do allow modding anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a mod. I mean, it's going to be basically a mod of our current game. It's going to be, like any other game type. It's going to be a little different play. It'll be just a setting in there, classic play, and then we'll lock them in, and away you go.
Which
So
you would be surprised how few things that will actually change as far as the numbers. But the numbers are a lot closer than you think to original Descent. But this is to the audience. They're in some cases are they exact.
Are the exact numbers? Exactly, I know.
Or as exact as we could get with Dracona
And Loeffler.
And Loeffler bot helping us out. So
Yeah, because their unit, a lot of the units and stuff weren't explicit, as I recall, so they had to be inferred from doing math and stuff.
Yeah.
Math and stuff.
The Unreal Engine documentation does not always include things like units in the descriptions of how things work. So it is.
Somebody doesn't like angular velocity, angular acceleration.
None of them. No, none of them.
But last week you said math is fun.
Math is fun. Guessing
So is
units
graph
makes
theory.
math hard.
Graph theory is also fun.
Pixley, you know you love it.
Somebody get Pixley some cheese to go with that wine.
I wasn't complaining.
You're working on graph theory right now. Come on, that's what you're working on right now.
I know, but I'm saying I'm not whining about it. I'm pleased that I completed the thing.
Oh, okay. Gouda or cheddar?
Personally, I'm wearing neither.
I hope not. That would be easy.
I don't even want to know where that came from.
Well, someone says, asks people, boxers or briefs.
What?
Okay, this reminds me of the
rail.
Babylon 5 episode.
Yeah,
With it's fastened and zip or zipped and yeah, okay.
An inside look at Pixley's mind.
Okay, moving on.
Too late.
Yeah, I know. It's question from Mercenary: when Descent Underground launches on GOG, will we be able to link our copy here with GOG?
Here. Where is here?
Yeah, where's here?
Well, he asked on DescendantStudios.com.
yes,
so I assume
right.
that's
So
what he
you'll be
means.
able to link your Descendant you'll be able to link your Descendant one right away to GOG. You won't be able to do the Steam link to GOG right away because that's going to take some more work on their end.
Yeah, that hooked up for us.
But yes, we're going to allow us people that have from our site already on the game to hook up to GOG.
Yeah. Now the key thing is you're only going to be able to do get a
One or
key
the other.
from us, one or the other. But
Right,
once
right.
GOG gets the Steam Link thing hooked up, you'll be
You
able
can go back
to
and forth.
Yeah. And there might be a slight delay. We're still getting some stuff from them, but we will definitely be providing.
Unless there's a way we can find to charge you guys double for the game.
Only double?
Or triple, whatever.
Yeah, aim high, man. Aim high.
But yeah, we'll be letting you guys know more specifically how
That's
that
a week
works.
from today. That's a week from today, maybe, right?
Hopefully, yeah. They're saying it might be next week.
Woohoo! And one thing that GOG has said they're going to do for us, which is very helpful, which Steam has not done for us, is GOG's going to feature us on their pages. They're going to be a little more proactive for our group, which will help us grow. And we all want those servers to fill up. So for whatever reason, I don't know if we're just too small for Steam or whatever, we don't get the love we're going to get from GOG. So we're very excited to see GOG's going to do this for us. And it's a big help.
It'll be awesome. All right. So our next question from Raptor, one of our undergrounders. How did you end up implementing auto leveling?
I wonder who's answering that question.
Eric.
Kai, why don't you take that? Kai, go ahead.
Alrighty. So just to preface this, I'm going to abridge this severely for this video because I could go on and on about it. I am writing a blog about this that'll go into detail, like the total process as to how I reached the point I did and the exact methodology. But basically, auto leveling is different in Descent Underground than it is in the classic Descent games. In the classic Descent games, because of their deformed cube-based system, all they did was align you to the face of the cube that was beneath you, regardless of how it was aligned regards to the rest of the world. We can't do that in DU though, because we don't have the deformed cube thing. B, we have rougher surfaces. Like if you fly over a bunch of rocks, if you do the same thing, it'd be like driving on a gravel road, and it would feel terrible and make people sick.
Especially VR.
But what makes our maps different from the way maps, especially in single player, tend to be in classic Descent is that our maps tend to be aligned to the world axes. If you remember, like algebra, you have the XY axis on the Cartesian plane. In 3D space, you just add a Z axis to that perpendicular to both, and those are your world axes. And basically what we do is we find the axis that the bottom of your ship is closest to and make it tend to roll in that direction. It doesn't influence pitch or yaw, it's only roll that gets affected by this. And since our maps are kind of built around this, it ends up feeling a lot like the old way without having the little annoyances like, oh, you're flying over a flat thing and then there's a ramp that you're flying over. Oh, now you're aligned to that ramp, even though you're not flying along that ramp. So that's kind of the basic gist of it. That took a lot of R&D to get to that point to decide like, oh, this is actually the best way to do it. And that'll be detailed in that blog, which hopefully I'll have out by the time this goes live.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Cool.
Anybody who was taking a little nap? Wake up. Next
Math
question.
class is over. You want a whiteboard to draw a Cartesian plane and some...
There will be drawings in the blog.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Alrighty. And our last question for this week from In Spades. Could you show your teammate's status on the HUD in survival mode?
Oh, interesting. You
Like,
mean like
Got enough stuff on our HUD
I
already?
think it was like Left
Well,
4
maybe
Dead
just
or
show
whatever it does.
maybe just show shield and Hull, like a blue and green above their head. or
Those
something.
things are, in theory, supposed to be part of the tech trees for scout type ships, which includes the Shaman and the Predator. So hopefully we'll be launching into that sooner.
One thing we've debated in regards to that, though, is that having those bars floating above ships does clutter up the screen more, which, of course, we understand. Like the game screen's already kind of cluttered. Like there's a lot of stuff going on in the game's complex. So
And it's very
introducing-
fast.
Yeah, introducing more complexity to the game view may not necessarily be the way to go. Personally, I think the Left 4 Dead method may actually be the way to go. Just have it to where like the 4 or 5 closest allies appear on your HUD somewhere, and you just see their health bars.
Yeah, nearby stuff. That makes more sense, I think, for our type of game. But Left 4 Dead,
Let's just
good
redo the cockpit.
Yeah, actually, there's space for it. The lower right-hand corner is totally open. We can put whatever we want there.
All right, right, Kai. Let's just redo that cockpit again.
Well, third time is a charm, right?
21st.
And actually, that raises an interesting point. I think it was maybe Flufball who brought this up. Was the idea of seeing what ships the other members of your team are flying.
That would be really helpful.
I agree.
And that would be something that would be nice to be able to see in the lobby as well when you're looking at a match.
It would be very nice before you even join it. Yeah, it should have little. Although that could be, once we get 16 players, it's going to be.
Well, especially for spawning in. I mean, if you're joining a survival,
Well, you can already see it in the lobby. You can see
No,
it
you
in the
can't
lobby.
if they've already started the game.
Yeah,
That's what I
matches
mean.
in progress.
Oh,
So being
Here's
able to peek the scoreboard and the scoreboard having ship selections on it would
so
be.
when you say join the game, maybe join survival, it then takes you to the lobby picture first, and gives you a couple seconds before it drops you in the game to choose the ship, and then you can go in. That might work. Might work as a workflow.
Maybe, yeah.
That's certainly possible. Could give like a preview join thing.
Yeah, I think some sort of preview will be in order anyway for when we start having a lot of matches going and you're looking to see what's going on in each match real quickly. So maybe seeing the scoreboard would be, or the lobby. I think a scoreboard when the match is in progress, because then you can see what people are doing. And
That, or we implement somewhere in there. There's a way to change your ship. So either way works fine. But we do need to give them that option, especially for those joining late. I agree. It's because I just joined with a wasp, generally speaking, and go, okay, well, if I have to die, I have to die, right? So, although I always join with a wasp.
Mm-hmm. And now that it has turrets, there's no reason to play anything else.
Oh no! The waspy's beautiful.
All right.
Spin attack fires faster.
Yeah, no shit. I see that all the time, right in my grill.
Pixley.
No healing.
Wait till we have the nose gun on the wasp, though.
Alrighty, that's all our questions for this week.
I love doing form feedback like that. It's pretty cool.
It can ramble a bit, but
Sounds like our scrums. But it's good stuff. I mean, because we're in disparate offices, they're all spread out to each other's basically homes. It's good to get together and get that interaction and fun stuff. Yeah. We do scrums, but we don't do facial scrums. We do facial scrums? That doesn't sound good.
that sounds really
That sounds
gross.
pornographic.
I do not want any facial scrums ever.
Come by the Peterson house later for a little facial scrum.
Oh, I just threw up a little in my mouth.
I know it. Anyway, with that in mind, let's go check out Dunkelza with his facial scrum.
Welcome to Most Valuable Post, where we recognize a member of our community who's made a positive contribution to Descent Underground. This week, we honor somebody who put together a really well-considered post with their thoughts and ideas and feedback, and that is exactly the kind of thing we like to see on our forums. So congratulations, Flufball. You made this week's Most Valuable Post.
Well, that's cool. Way to go, Fluffball.
Congratulations,
Love
Fluffball.
those.
And thank you, Fluffball, for being so helpful.
Yeah, no doubt. And we'll, we realize there's balance still left to do, and that's why we're relying on you guys.
Don't panic.
Now it's time for some REN news.
Interrupt your regularly scheduled program for this REN breaking news report. REN News has confirmed that Kessel Mining has filed for liquidation bankruptcy with the Central Corporate Reserve Bank in Reykjavik. Founded in 2058 by Anna Mulder Jansen and the Southern Nader EOZ, Kessel was one of the oldest asteroid mining firms still in existence. Rumors of financial trouble began circulating last year on news that the company had invested heavily in expensive Dinocybe automation systems and was right-sizing its workforce. Company spokesman Evelyn Rochambeau told the CRB that all off-world Kessel personnel are accounted for. Auctions of remaining Kessel assets are scheduled for December 22 in the Roma Arco. Does shopping cheer you up? It certainly brightens my day. Why wait for delivery when you can get what you need now at any Fafner kiosk? Millions and millions of perfect gifts for yourself or others manufactured just for you in moments. Fafner, hoard like you mean it. This is an evolving story, and REN will keep you informed as we learn more. Let's check in with Martha and the team from REN's Financials. You can bank on it for more analysis.
I love seeing the in-fiction news stuff. It's kind of giving you guys, you can piece together what we're doing there and kind of get a little bit of the story, the backstory that's leading up to the lore. The lore of the rings. That's the
More
rings.
coffee.
No, okay.
Better.
If you enjoy making videos, which we obviously do, but yours are probably going to be way better, Please go ahead. Please send them in to us. We'll feature them on the show. We'll feature them wherever. Or you can be one of the agents of the underground. Take a look at all these people that are streaming our game, making videos about it. Thank you guys very, very much.
Cool stuff.
We truly appreciate it. You are basically our marketing team. You're the salespeople on the ground, the foot soldiers that are help spread the word. We need your help. Keep spreading the word.
Of DU.
The voice. Oh. So keep it up. Thank you guys very much. Coming up in Descendent Studios, this is the last week before we're taking like a couple weeks off or a week and a half or so for Christmas and New Year's.
We all need a break.
We'll have one more show next week, and just to say happy holidays and everything to you. We have quality of life balance work. We have we're doing more loader bot, making of the loader bot. What am I saying? It says modeling, I guess. We're still working on the model.
We're building him now.
Minor concept art, small minor concept art. We've got several like small, medium, large of these things. So, we do one and then we do others. I mean, I think the one with the hands is looking pretty cool.
That's
with the
the
little
loader.
grates. Yeah, that's the loader.
Yeah, he's a little pretty intimidating. For
And
just
I
being
believe
a
on the
little orc area.
21st, GOG. GOG! We're going to be on GOG. That's pretty cool, except for the Mac version. We're having a little trouble with GOG and Mac version there, so that'll be a little further out. But GOG, we will be up on GOG, which is really, really good for us. We excited. So we'll be on Amazon, Steam, our website, GOG, Humble Store. So always, the more places you are, the better off we are, the more communities we reach, and that'll help build our audience. That's really cool. Training mission is still getting work. We're getting your feedback, and we'll definitely be replacing those voices.
Oh, come on, man. It's
Come on,
awesome.
man. It's not awesome. It's
so awesome.
craptastic is what it is. It's like Sharknado 5. That's what it's like.
Hey, man, do not knock the Sharknadoes.
I know.
Do not.
Didn't you do a Sharknado marathon or something?
I watched all 4 of them the weekend the 4 came out on cable. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I didn't sleep for a week.
Anyway, we're steaming ahead into the new year, 2017. Single player. Won't be very long until single player is completely done. At least the first prologue to the entire thing. Again, we've got a huge story we want to tell you guys, but we need your help spreading the word to get to be able to make prologue chapters and all those kind of things going forward. Be sure to vote on your ugliest sweater. Which sweater is the ugliest? Which ship has the ugliest sweater? It's on the forums. Hopefully the Viewmaster will place something up here that shows where the ugly sweater is. There it is. Go there and vote. Let people know which sweater is the ugliest, and that'll help our artists figure out what to do next time.
We'll keep it.
Yep. Thanks to our underground members, backers, pledgers, people who bought the game. We truly appreciate you being on this journey. Make sure you let your voice be heard. I mean,
absolutely. Your feedback is priceless.
Feedback's vital. Bitching is not needed.
We do plenty of that.
No, you know what though? If you say I don't like it and this is the reason, that is needed.
That is needed, absolutely.
Subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch channels, Snapchat. Just subscribe to everything, man. You want to know all the cool stuff our old frickers are doing, man. Submit your forum feedback questions. We've got another week left of that. We'll answer your questions directly and have some fun doing it. Where are we going to see them? Underground.